Hello and welcome to another Construction Toy Dude review. Today we shall be looking at this Oxford military set, which is reference NCM48000. It contains 615 pieces and makes up a military truck, a mobile missile launcher and a 4x4 vehicle. The front of the box is hinged, so you open it up and you can see some of the components, including two minifigures, a sticker sheet and some bricks. Here are the unboxed bags. The bags are numbered as usual to aid in the building. We also have a weapon sprue and a sprue containing two doors and two loose minifigures. Other minifigures are contained in one of the bags. This is the rather thick instruction manual. Not much to say about this other than Oxford instructions are always well laid out and easy to follow. Okay, I have laid out the pieces which make up the 4x4 vehicle. The first thing that strikes you is the lack of colour variation. All pieces are a drab camo green, apart from the translucent tiles which are for the lights. This is the first Oxford set I have seen where the large vehicles have rubber tyres. In previous sets only smaller pieces like the bicycle and the motorbike have rubber tyres. The larger wheels have been an all-in-one plastic moulding, so it's good to see proper rubber on these tyres. I have also made up the minifigures. We get an incredible 2, 4, 6, 8 minifigures with this set. Not much variation between them, apart from their two different torso designs, 4 different headpiece designs, and 3 designs of faces. The figures are similar scale to Lego and other sized construction toys. We have a good selection of accessories for the minifigures, including a toolkit, rifles, a missile launcher, binoculars, a radio, a pistol, and this small box which seems to be on every accessory sprue I've seen for Oxford, and yet more tools. There are also backpacks which can be fitted to the minifigures to make them as if they're carrying military kit. This is the finished 4x4. Easy to put together, but the uniform colour of the parts means that it's easy to miss pieces when you're following the instructions, and a couple of times I had to go back and redo the steps to find out where I had missed out a piece. The design is less refined than you would expect from a Lego vehicle. It's quite chunky and basic looking, but it serves its purpose and is good for a child to play with. Freewheels nicely, and you can put minifigures inside to drive and stand another minifigure in the back. These are the pieces from the bags marked 2 and will make up the military truck. All the same green colour. There are rubber tyres on the wheels. Bigger wheels this time for a bigger vehicle, obviously. If you look at the pieces, there aren't very many specialist ones. All pretty standard basic tiles and blocks and plates. This is why Oxford vehicles are chunkier than Lego ones, because Lego use specialist moulded pieces for the wheelbases and other parts, which give their vehicles a slimmer and sleeker design. Here is the truck under construction. It's going to be a large vehicle. There's already a decent weight to it. The building is taking a wee bit of time because you are building this thing from scratch. There's no preformed wheelbase or moulded parts for the body. It's all built out of tiles and blocks and plates. So we shall have another look at it when it is finished. here is the finished article. It's a really good representation of a military truck. You can really feel the power and the weight of it. On the truck bed, the sides fold down, as does the tailgate. You can seat minifigures in the bed or put equipment in it. On the left hand side there's a holder for a tool, and on the right we have a spare wheel. The side doors on the cab open, however the window is just an open gap. There's no clear plastic to represent glass. It's little things like this which prevent Oxford from moving from good to very good. If you can see in the windscreen, you can actually see 2 minifigures in the cab, which I think is fantastic. Too many construction toys, you can only fit 1 minifigure in a vehicle. The only other thing is these steps up to the cab are very easy to dislodge, so you've got to keep on putting these back in, especially I would imagine when kids are playing with it. Right, I shall now move on and look at the third and final vehicle, the mobile missile launcher. Green, green and more green. These are the pieces which will make up the mobile missile launcher. A lot of plates by the looks of it. There are also hinged pieces which will raise and lower the missile tubes. These cylindrical parts which will make up the missile tubes. They are very similar pieces which could lead to confusion. If you see the blocks here, the one on the left is slightly taller than the one on the right, and because of the uniform colour it is not very easy to tell unless you look closely. Same with these cylindrical pieces. I don't know if you can see on the camera here, but the one on the right has a different base to the one on the left. Doesn't show up too well, but hopefully you can see what I mean. I think this construction will run into tomorrow, so I'll leave it here for now, and when I return I shall hopefully have a finished missile launcher to show you. I'm back with you sooner than planned because I wanted to show you the tracks going on to the missile launcher. If you can see this series of small wheels here, these hold the tracks in place. The tracks themselves are rubber, continuous loop, and these fit onto the wheels. I'm about to see how easy or difficult this is. The tracks went on very easily. There's wee teeth on the inside of the treads which fit into grooves on the wheels. In order to make the treads and wheels turn, you do have to press down on the model. They seem to turn quite easily. Let's see if there's any sign of them coming off when they've been running around. No, fine on that side. From that brief test, they seem to stay on very well when being used. Excellent. Well, that's the wheelbase and the start of the chassis finished, so I shall carry on building, and next time really will be with a finished missile launcher. Right, here we have the finished missile launcher. Another large model, quite hefty as well. On the cab there's no windshield, there are these 2 hatches that lift up, and you can see in the end of the cab. The missile launcher itself is on the back. It can be tilted up and rotated. The weird thing is that the missile tubes inside actually tip out. They're not fixed in at all, which seems a bit strange. because when a child is playing with this, that will happen. A minifigure can be seated inside the cab. Let's get a minifigure. However, this is not as easy as you'd imagine. There is a hatch here, but it is so fiddly to try and get the minifigure in the seat. You have to open the cab side door, try and work the figure around until you finally get it clicked into the seat. So that's not as easy as it could be. Before we move on to the final scores, I just want to show you that the minifigure accessories look slightly large in comparison with the minifigures. The rifle looks as if it would be too big for the soldier to lift effectively. It's not a big thing, it certainly won't bother kids, but any adult collectors might be a bit put off by this. Okay, it's final scores time. First off, I shall rate the set for design. I'm going to give this a 3.5 out of 5. Whilst the overall look of the vehicles is good, there are several flaws, such as the missile tubes which keep falling out, the fiddly design of the cabs which make it difficult to take minifigures in and out, and the steps which are easy to dislodge here on the truck. These lower the score. Going on to quality, I'm going to give this a 4 out of 5. All the pieces are well made, clutched together, no problems. Buildability, 3.5. The truck was good to build. The missile launcher was a bit fiddly, and the 4x4 vehicle was very straightforward and easy. Value for money, I'm going to give it a 3.5. I paid $18.49 for this. Maybe I'm being a bit too mean. I'm going to bump that up to a 4 out of 5 for value for money, because they are large vehicles, and if this was either a Mega Block set or a Lego set, you would pay probably, well, I'd say at least £30–35. The usual price of this set is $24.99. I got it on a sale. And then we shall look at play value. I'll give this a 3.5 for play value. You might think that's a bit low. However, there are no opposing forces included in this set. You just have the one side. So you can either fit this in with other military construction toys to get a battle going, or try and build some up from spares. This gives this set an overall rating of 19 out of 25. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, please give me a thumbs up or a nice wee comment. And when I have time, I shall be back with another Construction Toy Dude review. Thanks for watching.